Sports Day is brought to you by Barton Community College. Explore your future and get started now. Visit gobarton.com.
Okay, Sports Day in 3, 2, 1.
Two down for Jose Ramirez. And Jose with the high drive. Deep left field. It's got a chance. Gone to the bleachers. Jose Ramirez hits number 28 on a solo blast to the bleachers and left. It just did clear that 19-foot wall in left field.
I got a feeling number 50's coming right here, Tom.
Love it. Sometimes these milestones, they can be elusive.
3-1. Fly ball, center field. It's hit deep. Out toward Monty's angle. It is number 50! Kyle Schwarber has just hit his 50th home run of the season. He's the second Philly to do it, and they now lead it 7-1. That is so cool.
Unbelievable. Unreal.
Judge with 358 home runs. That's lifetime and 43 on the season. High drive, right center field. There it goes. See ya. Home run number 359. He's in sole possession of fifth place, breaking the tie with Yogi Berra, and the Yankees lead 1-0.
This one is leveled to left center field and gap-worthy. Kerry Carpenter, a two-run triple. Kaboom, 10-2.
If you're a Yankee fan, you can't be too happy right now. A nightmare inning, to say the least.
Carpenter scores. It's run number 11. 9 in the inning, ties the season high from back in May against the Red Sox for the Tigers.
Welcome into Sports Day, everybody. Happy Wednesday. It's hump day. We're over the hump officially after this show. I'm counting afternoon as over the hump at least. Will be for me. Thank you all for watching. Thank you all for listening. Thank you all for joining. Also, big thanks to Landon, who is running the computers and running the cameras. Landon, wave, say hi. Hi. There's Landon. Hold on. Let's try that one more time.
Welcome into Sports Day.
There he is. Landon's running the cameras if you're watching us on YouTube. Big thanks to Landon. We got a great show for you today. Going to be joined by Zach Baird here in a couple of minutes, head coach of the Hoisington Cardinals. He'll talk about his team's win over Pratt on Friday night. Got the revenge, won 34-8 after getting dominated in last year's contest. I believe 24-3 was the final score this year. They flipped the script and win that game 34-8. We'll also be joined by Steve Webster, former host of the show. After that point, Cole Reif of Kansas Sports Chatter, he and I recorded a conversation earlier today. Going to have to see how the show goes. We may not have enough time to fit Cole's interview in. If not, we will definitely play that for you tomorrow. Really looking forward to that interview. It was a great conversation. Just going to depend on how long everything else takes. But we've got a great show for you today. Sounds of the past 24 hours, the Royals, they lose again. And to a Cleveland team, we talked about it on yesterday's show, how important that series is with the Cleveland Guardians, and they have now lost the first 2 games of that series. They pretty much have to get a split to stay alive in this wildcard race. Now, certainly they won't be mathematically eliminated until late in the season. The baseball will still be relevant. They'll still have to go out there and try, but if you lose one of these final 2 to Cleveland, it's not going to be a good time. They are trailing Cleveland now in the wild card standings. Now I believe they can get back in front if they win these next 2. They can get back up by a half game, but it's certainly not looking good for the Royals if they drop either tonight's game or tomorrow's game. Coverage of that game starts tonight, right here on 1590 KVGB and 95.5 FM. I just realized I never introduced myself. I'm Brant Daughtry. I'm the host of this program. Have been for a couple of weeks now. Hopefully everybody's enjoying the way this show's going. I certainly am. I'm having a great time. And big thanks to everybody who has helped me along this path and everybody who's come in for interviews. We're doing great stuff here. Other sounds the past 24 hours, Kyle Schwarber in a big win over the Mets for the Phillies. They gained ground in leading the NL East. Kyle Schwarber hits his 50th home run of the season. It's the first time he's reached that mark. I believe he's the first Philly since 2006 to reach 50 home runs in a season. A really impressive showing for Kyle Schwarber this year. I said it on Monday's show. I hate the Phillies. I can't stand the Phillies. But they're really dadgum good. And they're certainly in the driver's seat in the NL East right now. But your final sounds of the past 24 hours. It was good news and bad news for the Yankees last night. They got the 239th career homer for Aaron Judge. He passes Yogi Berra for 5th most all time in a Yankees uniform. I believe that game was tied 2-2 going into the 8th when the Yankees just completely collapsed, and they wound up losing that game 11-2. Those are the sounds of the past 24 hours. Sports Day today is presented by the Barton Cougar Booster Club, continuing their efforts to make Barton Athletic Department the best in the country, and by Equity Bank, here when you need us. Bank local, save big with in-person banking and business banking. Visit equitybank.com for more information. Equity Bank in Great Bend, Hoisington, and Larned. We're going to get to our first break. When we come back, Zach Baird, head coach of the Hoisington Cardinals, also joined by Mason Martin and Colin. Gosh, now I can't remember the poor kid's name. Sorry about that, guys. But one of the offensive linemen for Hoisington joined me as well. And we had a really good conversation. We're going to play that for you when we come back. You are listening to Sports Day, live from the Mayo Money Management Studio here on 1590 KVGB and 95.5 FM.
Community bankers should actually know your community. Hi, I'm Sean Powelson, president of your local Equity Bank. As someone who lives here, I know many of you, and I know what's important to you. I've been in the industry a long time, and I've helped many navigate through financial challenges and lead them to financial opportunities. I believe that people bank with people. So I'd like to invite you to stop by one of our region's 5 locations and meet our friendly, helpful staff. Let us show you our commitment to serving you and our communities. Because at Equity Bank, we're right here beside you. Member FDIC.
Barton Community College has college classes that fit your life and your budget. With 5 flexible start dates, Barton Online is perfect for picking up a class or earning your associate's degree at less than half the cost of a university. Study anytime, from anywhere. Save time, save money. Start strong with Barton Online. Ready to take the next step? Visit online.bartoncccc.edu and enroll today.
It's all here at Great Bend Rec.
Sports, leisure, fitness, and wellness, even senior and adaptive needs. It's all here at the Great Bend Rec. Pick up a program guide or stop by the rec office at 1214 Stone in Great Bend or check out the all-new website, greatbendrec.com. Live, play, explore at the rec.
It's all here at Great Bend Rec. Live, play, explore at the rec.
Service from people you know, quality products and professional installation. That's Kern Floor Service. Stop by Kern Floor Service and browse through the different selections of flooring from laminate to vinyl, carpet, wood, and ceramic tile. See their selection of area rugs or special order the one that fits your decor, and don't forget, they can spice up those countertops too. So stop by Kern Floor Service today. Kern Floor Service, 908 Coolidge in Great Bend.
Welcome back into Sports Day. Brant Daughtry now joined by Coach Zach Baird of the Hoisington Cardinals, also by quarterback Carson Mason and lineman Colin Motter. Guys, thanks for coming in today.
Thanks for having us.
Hey, Coach, let's start with the leadoff here. Fantastic game on Friday, both from the guys you brought in and from everybody on your team, I felt like. You told me after the game that the thing you were most pleased with was how physical the play of your line of scrimmage was. Did that hold up on film?
Yeah, I was extremely pleased with our offensive line. When you look at the stats and see we had 2 guys over 100. And before the season, one of the things we talked about was we knew we had a bunch of skilled players that could be problems for people. But for us, one of the things we talked about was, as a team, if we can average 4 yards on zone dive and we can be physical and go north and south on people, like I thought this group would be pretty tough. And so, I don't want to say they exceeded expectations, but in a way they did, I think.
Your rushing attack was on fire all game long. 2 kids over 100 yards, 1 kid almost at 150, 5 touchdowns on the ground. Talk a little bit about the running game and how that performed.
Yeah, it might look like it's the same play over and over, but if, you watch on film, there's different ways we're blocking it. And, I thought Mason did a fantastic job for his first time playing Q for us on a Friday. I thought reads were really good. We didn't put the ball on the ground, which was a big deal for us. And, I just thought we had guys playing fast, and we finished runs the right way. And we really had no negative plays outside the penalties. And, whenever you play the game, the first thing is you can't beat other people until you find a way to not beat yourself. And, man, just really pleased with the effort and execution we got offensively.
I like what you said when you said, you go zone dive and you're popping it for 4 or 5 yards of play. I said this a lot after the game too. You can do that, you'll never lose a game. And it felt like what you had in that game, partially because the play of your offensive line, but also the way your running backs were carrying the ball. It just feels like that was pretty perfect as far as game plan goes.
Yeah, I thought Tay did a fantastic job running the football, and talked about it a little bit after the game on Friday. For a 165-pound kid, he gives you what he has, and he plays the game the right way. And that was kind of what we wanted to do, and that's how we wanted to attack him, and our guys did a great job with it.
Let's get the players in here. Guys, you guys were both a huge part of this run game. We'll start with you, Mason. First game for you as a starter at the quarterback position. How'd it feel out there, man?
Well, I'd like to give thanks to my line. My line blocked really good for me. My running backs, they got north and south for me. It's not just me that controls the offense. I mean, I command it, but we all got to do our job. I was pretty proud of the way we played and how we handled our first game.
You didn't run the ball a whole lot in this game, but when you did, it was very effective. You had a rushing touchdown from a decent ways out. How do you feel like the run game did?
Our run game was really good. Taylor Morales, I mean, he's going to put his head down and run through whoever's in front of him. Brody Fonistil, he hasn't played much running back for us, but he stepped in. He's a new guy. He's got to learn everything. He's got to learn a few different positions. I'm proud of him. Well, one of our running backs went down, so he was a big part, and we had Caden Chambers step in too. We got a lot of running backs, and they're all doing a great job.
Passing game felt just a tick off, but you can tell what it's there. Talk about what you left out on the field and how you want to improve it.
Well, yeah, our passing game wasn't great. I mean, had a few different things that just didn't go our way, and I feel that we could pass the ball great, and I just feel that we did a great job.
Let's get Colin in here. Colin, you're part of an offensive line that was really effective on Friday night. Did that feel – I mean, that had to feel good.
Yeah, it felt great. We got some big guys. We got some young guys on our left side, but they're definitely going to make a big step in the right direction. They already have, and we're all putting in hard work. We want to make it as easy on our guys in the backfield.
You were a part of something that I don't think I ever accomplished in high school, 300 rushing yards in the game. And that's just, anytime you can accomplish that, you have multiple guys go for over 100 yards on the ground. It's just a really good feeling as an offensive lineman. It has to be.
Yeah, it definitely was. We put in a lot of fight. We had a lot of pancakes on them last Friday, but I feel great on our part up front.
Is it fun for blocking for tailbacks like that?
Oh, yeah.
Talk about some of those guys.
We obviously got, like Mason said, we got people in the backfield like Taylor Morales. We got Brody Fawnin still. Those guys they're gonna give it what they got, and at the end of the night, it's gonna be who puts more effort on the field.
Let's go to the other side of the ball. You're starting on the defensive side of the ball as well, and that first drive was a little bit shaky for you guys, but after that, you really locked in. Was that a schematic thing? Was that a difference in mindset? What happened after that first drive?
We Pratt ran a weird offense. We kind of just had to adjust to it, and then after that, we were just on tracks. We weren't going to let up, and we just kept putting in the work on Friday.
I talked to Coach in the preseason, and we kind of came to the conclusion that the front seven for Hoisington had a chance to be really, really solid. And do you feel like you guys kind of lived up to that reputation on Friday?
I believe we did, and I believe we got a lot more to show this year. We made some mistakes, but they're going to get fixed and find out.
Let's get Coach back up here. Coach, you've got a big one this week. Heston, traveling to Heston. It'll be my first time down there as well. What have you seen from them?
Just like you normally would expect from Heston. They've got big, strong athletes. They're physical. Both sides of the ball, they got weapons. And, looking at them from an offensive point of view, defensively, they've got guys at all three levels. I think probably the strength of the group is probably the D-line. The D-tackles will jump off the film at you. They've got two really solid D-tackles, and D-ends are good as well. So it'll be a big task. We haven't won at Heston in the last 12 years. So we talked to these guys about that, and we got a great opportunity to go do something that hadn't been done for a while.
Coach, looking forward to it.
Yeah, we are.
Going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, it'll be a good challenge.
All right. Guys, thanks for coming in today. Enjoyed having you.
Yeah, thanks for having us, guys.
That's Coach Baird here on Sports Day. Big thanks to Coach Zach Baird, head coach of the Hoisington Cardinals, longtime head coach. Just, again, I said this last week, I think, the nicest guy and just really willing to come in and runs a really high-quality program. And I think that they're going to be a lot of fun for me to watch this year. I'm super excited for Cardinal football. I think they're going to be great. And I'm looking forward to getting to know those people a little bit better. Sports Day is brought to you by C&E Doors, your full-service garage door company. Follow the orange sign south of 10th and Harrison. Also, Sports Day brought to you in part by the Marmy Auto Group on 10th Street in Great Bend. And, a coach said some interesting things. I think Heston is a little bit like Great Bend, a little bit like Hoisington, in that they're a smaller school, but they're a program with a lot of history. They've got a lot of starters returning. I've noticed they're a pretty big team. They've got some size on their front lines, especially, and they've got some good athletes. They're physical. They run hard. They do all the standard small Kansas school stuff, and I think that this is going to be a good challenge for Hoisington. I am interested to see, and we talked about a little bit with Coach Baird and with Marty. I'm interested to see how the passing game continues to evolve because they were just a tick off from hitting some really big plays against Pratt. And I think that with a little more dialing in, they might be able to hit those. Heston is a team that was a really close game last year. Talked about it with Cole Reif earlier. And again, we're probably going to have to play that interview tomorrow. We'll see how things look after this conversation with Webby. But this was a really, really interesting matchup last year, 28-24. Heston gets the last-minute touchdown to win the game. Hoisington just couldn't get the last-minute stop. So I'm interested to see how it goes. I think it'll go great. I think it'll be a lot of fun. I've never been to Heston. I've never been to pretty much anywhere that Hoisington's going to take me this year. Or after that, Barton. So I'm looking forward to getting around and seeing all that this state has to offer. So Gene Manweiler and I will be making that trip down Friday afternoon. Probably as soon as this show gets done, we'll probably head that way. But really looking forward to that. So we're going to take another break. When we come back, this is going to be an extended break because I had a long conversation with Steve Webster earlier today. We're going to play that for you when we come back. And I had a lot of fun with this. Webby's always a good time. Love having him on. He's going to be on Wednesdays going forward. And we'll play that conversation for you when we come back here in about 3 minutes. You're listening live from the Mayo Money Management Studio. It's Sports Day on 1590 KVGB and 95.5 FM.
Needing a healthcare plan for your business? Let the experienced team at Freedom Claims Management Incorporated customize a health insurance plan that fits your needs. Whether you're a large company or a small business on Main Street, FCMI can help you provide employees with great health coverage at an affordable cost. From setup to ongoing support, they handle it all. Schedule your free no-obligation health assessment today at freedomclaimsinc.com. That's Freedom Claims Management Incorporated, with locations in Great Bend, Russell, and Plainville.
Sutherland's is your complete home improvement and hardware store. Tens of thousands of products are in stock at everyday low prices. Sutherland's also offers custom buildings, including post-frame barns, garages, and deck packages too. The friendly and knowledgeable staff at Sutherland's, always ready to help you with any project. From hardware, lumber, cabinets, plywood, and OSB, fencing, power tools, furniture, and more. They simply sell for less. Sutherland's, West 10th, Great Bend, helping America build it better since 1917.
Selling your farm or ranch acres can be stressful. At Red Cedar Land Company, they are extremely diverse in the number of ways they can represent you, and they tailor each project to meet their seller's needs. One of the biggest questions for a seller is, what is my land worth? At Red Cedar Land Company, they offer a free market analysis to help you better understand the value of your land. You deserve a better selling experience. Put your trust in Red Cedar Land Company. Call Cody Crook with Red Cedar Land Company at 620-617-7320.
Marmy Auto Group makes it happen. Central and Western Kansas. Check out our selection of new and pre-owned inventory. Marmy's friendly staff offers top quality service that you've gotten to know over the years. When your existing vehicle needs parts or service, our experienced team will get you back in the game this season. Marmy Chevrolet, GMC, Ford and Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep Ram, parts, service, and body shop. Visit Marmy Auto Group on 10th Street or marmies.net. Marmies, make it happen.
Service from people you know, quality products and professional installation. That's Kern Floor Service. Stop by Kern Floor Service and browse through the different selections of flooring from laminate to vinyl, carpet, wood, and ceramic tile. See their selection of area rugs or special order the one that fits your decor. And don't forget, they can spice up those countertops too. So stop by Kern Floor Service today. Kern Floor Service, 908 Coolidge in Great Bend.
It's all here at Great Bend Rec.
Sports, leisure, fitness, and wellness, even senior and adaptive needs. It's all here at the Great Bend Rec. Pick up a program guide or stop by the rec office at 1214 Stone in Great Bend or check out the all-new website, greatbendrec.com. Live, play, explore at the rec.
It's all here at Great Bend Rec. Live, play, explore at the rec.
Get on the fast track to earn your national certification with Barton Community College's new Medical Lab Assistant program. In less than 1 year, you'll gain hands-on training to work in medical labs, clinics, and hospitals, delivering critical patient care. With flexible learning, including 100% online courses and lab hours at your local hospital, you can grow your career or start fresh. Healthcare needs skilled professionals like you. Enroll now at mla.bartonccc.edu.
Community bankers should actually know your community. Hi, I'm Sean Powelson, president of Your Local Equity Bank. As someone who lives here, I know many of you and I know what's important to you. I've been in the industry a long time and I've helped many navigate through financial challenges and lead them to financial opportunities. I believe that people bank with people, so I'd like to invite you to stop by one of our region's 5 locations and meet our friendly, helpful staff. Let us show you our commitment to serving you and our communities. Because at Equity Bank, we're right here beside you. Member FDIC.
Welcome back to Sports Day. Brandon Johnson, your host, now joined by the former host, Mr. Steve Webster, joining me in the studio.
I thought you were going to have some humor playing today as we observe the wake, for the Kansas City Royals right now.
Oh, is that what we're doing?
Yeah. I think it's going to come to an end this week.
They definitely have to win today and tomorrow, for sure.
Before they head to Philadelphia for 3 games against the Phillies.
Goodness. I talked about it on the end of yesterday's show. You've got these 2 games against the Guardians, which are pretty much must-wins at this point.
Right.
You've got the series in Philly, which is going to be just a jawbreaker. You'll be happy to come away with one of those 3, I think.
Yeah.
Then you got the Angels, who you should beat, but they took 2 out of 3 from you in the last time you played them.
Right, yeah.
And then you finish out with the Athletics, who are just dismal, but it may not matter by that point.
They're just not good enough this year.
Yeah.
And I really like the Guardians, the way they're playing right now.
Mm-hmm.
And Seattle, the team that everybody thought, well, that's a team that you need to reel in. Well, who knows? You may be chasing Houston before long because Seattle's back within 1 game of Houston in the West. So it's going to be fun, but I don't know if the Royals are going to have the staying power. And with Michael Wacha not pitching either, that's going to hurt them. So we'll just, keep – this is a wake, or I guess maybe we're it's not a funeral. We'll just call it hospice today, okay, for the Royals. All right.
It is at the very least life support.
Yes, correct. And of course, then are we going to play the funeral music for the Kansas City Chiefs? Last place in the AFC West.
I'm not writing the Chiefs off yet. I think the Chargers are significantly better than they have been in year whatever this is of Jim Harbaugh. I think Justin Herbert has proven that he's one of the best quarterbacks in the league, and he's
under the tutelage. They didn't ask him to do that much last year.
Yeah,
because Harbaugh comes in. Okay, we're going to run the ball. We're going to run the ball. Okay,
we're going to go 21 personnel, and we're going to cram this football.
Exactly. So what's the Chiefs do in that game? Okay, we're going to take your running game away, but we won't have a pass rush, and Herbert can show you what he can do. And yeah, they're going to be a handful for anybody. And Kansas City with Worthy, who has fewer talented position players right now than the Kansas City Chiefs.
I don't know. It's
with Rashee Rice out. I don't know. I really don't. Hollywood Brown. He's going to get broken in two like a Tinker toy. That's his.
That's his
He's
MO.
slight. He's slight.
They have no running game right now. I mean, I'm not jumping off the bandwagon yet because, hey, you beat the Eagles, right? Everything's all fine and dandy once again. But, man, that Chiefs offense, it's been going down the last couple of years. Now, I don't know how they're going to, unless Patrick Mahomes just, can play Superman. But
which he has done before.
He's done before,
Can
yes.
certainly do it. I don't know. I'm interested to see. I did not watch any of that Chargers-Chiefs game. I was calling Hoisington versus Pratt.
Yeah,
at
I
the
was
time.
working that night too.
Yeah. How did Travis Kelce look in that game? I never even saw a final stat line for him.
I watched the 14-minute condensed things. You can go Chiefs against the Chargers. And it's pretty good because they have the play-by-play highlights. Well, he didn't do that much because they didn't isolate in on him. I think he's going to be good, but he's Travis Kelce. He's an old guy.
Yeah, how old is he? Like 36 now?
No, golly, now you're putting me on the spot. I would say 33-ish.
He's mid to upper 30s.
Well, if he's 30, oh gosh,
I don't know. I think he's like 34. I think he turns 35 during the season. Is
he's
the
not
story?
that guy that is the blankie for Patrick Mahomes anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, but yeah, we'll see. Philadelphia, this is a huge game, and I love Denver. I really do. I mean, I hate the Broncos. But I love them. I mean, they've got a Hall of Fame coach, and they have an identity. They know what they are. They've got a great defense. They want to run the football, and they've got a quarterback who's mobile and can make some plays. I think they're a handful too. So here we go. We knew it was going to be tough, but even tougher now with Chief injuries and suspensions. So
I love Bo Nix. I'm an Auburn guy. I feel like he got a very raw deal at Auburn. I think he showed how good he was at Oregon. He did not look good in week 1.
No, they turned the ball over 4 times. And of course, as we talked on Monday on the AM Great Ben show, my cousin, and my son-in-law, they're Bronco fans. They're ready to send Nix out there. No, he's not going to be any good. Our offense looked horrible. Well, their defense is really good, and I don't think Kansas City can hang their hat on their defense this year. It's going to be okay. But it's a defense that Spagnuolo likes to scheme to make those plays. Denver doesn't have to do that. And their pass rush is as good as anyone. So
it's crazy to me that they turned the ball in the National Football League.
You turned it over 4 times.
You turned it over 4 times and won the game. That's tough to do at any level. But in the league, they pulled that off.
Well, and that's what happens when you get a little bit favorable schedule. That's the way it should in Tennessee. Yeah. I wish the Chiefs had played them the opening week.
They're Cam Ward and a couple of other football players. That's the Tennessee Titans this year, I think.
Right,
and Jeff Simmons. Jeff Simmons is a guy
Cam
who's
Ward,
really,
he's got a strong arm. But he's a rookie quarterback.
Yeah.
He's being thrown out. No, I'm buying the Chargers and Broncos right now, and the Chiefs. I'll decide after this Sunday.
When Rashee Rice comes back, I think that's when you're going to see the full story of that team.
Are you 1-7 when he comes back though?
He's coming back in week 7, right? So
okay,
I think if they're 3-3 at that point when they get Rashee Rice back, I think they're fine.
And what have we heard on Worthy? It's like Andy Reid's press conference. Well, we'll just take it day by day. Well, okay, if he's got a separated shoulder, what's going on here?
Yeah, so it was friendly fire too, wasn't it? That hurt him. Didn't he get hit by Mahomes?
No, Kelce.
Oh, Kelce, yeah.
Yeah. Those are things that happen when the golden goose is not living in your community anymore. The golden goose has left. It only stays for so long, and when it leaves, you really see things like that happen. Guys get hurt. All of a sudden, you lose those games that you've somehow pulled out of the fire in the past.
How old is Andy Reid now?
You can ask me all these age questions.
Okay, that's fair. General range,
he's old.
He's about retirement age as far as NFL coaches go.
Would you retire if you'd been on the role that they've been on?
If I was an offensive play caller that had Patrick Mahomes at quarterback, I'd do that job until I died.
Yeah.
Like I see no reason to leave that at that point. Like even unless you're just like, man, this salary cap thing is, there's no chance the receivers are ever any good again, and our offensive line's terrible. And unless you have everything but Patrick, unless you have nothing other than Patrick Mahomes, who is not quite 30 yet.
What if Patrick Mahomes was one of those guys? Hey, I want to be paid the most of any quarterback in the league. What is he? 14th in the league in salary.
I can tell you.
But he's like the Tom Brady keeps reeking. I mean,
yeah.
You just cannot you're seeing that. Cincinnati, they paid their quarterback, and they also decided they want to pay a wide receiver on top of that. Their defense is horrendous. Buffalo's
Even though
trying
they
to
paid Trey
navigate
Hendrickson.
that now. Buffalo's defense isn't, what it's been. So we'll see these teams. And right now, Denver, hey, after having to carry around the Russell Wilson contract all these years, they've got a quarterback now on a rookie contract. They can spend some money.
Those rookie deals are so good if you get the right guy.
Oh yeah.
If you get a good quarterback on a rookie deal while he's still making only like $5 million a year, which like I feel the need to say this every time I start talking about salary in the NFL. $5 million a year is life-changing money. Like over the course of 4 years, $20 million, like you're set for life. I need to make that very clear. But at the same time, in the grand scheme of things in the NFL, it is such a minuscule amount. And where you can divvy up the rest of the cap among the roster, I mean, it's such a massive help. And the fact is, like, the Bengals had it. They made it to a Super Bowl. They lost it. And now Joe Burrow's making all this money, and that's great. And Jamar Chase is making all this money, and he certainly deserves it. But now where does the rest of that money go?
It's not going to the defense.
No,
okay?
Their offensive line isn't good either. And it's Trey Hendrickson is getting paid, but not a ton. But that's the kind of deal you have to make with it when you have two massive salary deal players on the offensive side of the ball.
And the Broncos have a quarterback on a rookie deal right now, so look out.
Has Herbert signed his second contract yet?
Yes, he has.
He has, okay.
So they're kind of in that – they're going through that transition, but I think Harbaugh's great. I think he's better than John Harbaugh myself.
Really?
I mean, they're both weird dudes.
they
John
are weird
Harbaugh
dudes.
isn't as much as Jim Harbaugh, but
Jim's a character. John is a little bit intense sometimes.
Could you imagine going someplace and sitting down and having just a conversation, going out for dinner with Jim? What would you talk about?
I wouldn't say a word. I'd let him talk because I feel like he could fill the full.
But he'd
however
be talking
long we're out.
about spacemen on the Mars. I just think it'd be some different.
I think he could come in and we'd have part of the conversation about just weird conspiracy theories, and we'd spend the rest of it talking about the benefits of 21 and 12 personnel. Because I feel like he could write a college course on personnel usage in the NFL.
Isn't it amazing how, I mean, the quarterback he was, someone could have said that when he was in the NFL playing for the Colts that he was a game manager.
Yeah.
But he was a tough quarterback and knew what he was. A coach's kid, man. If you're a coach's kid, we're smart,
smart.
aren't we?
Yeah. I'm a coach's kid. Are you?
I'm a coach's kid.
Yeah, okay. So we know
it all.
We
yes.
know the game a little bit.
Yeah. Can't necessarily play it, but by golly, we're here.
Good Lord, I couldn't play. Where were you Friday night?
We were at Kiowa County High School. Kiowa County has been they were good. I would say you'd have to go back 6 or 7 years ago. But, I mean, they've just been beaten down the last few years. Last year they got back to like 500. Clint Young, who had been a coach there before, has come back. He was there last year. They're big. They're physical. And Mineola's a team that won 9 games last year. Had a lot of kids back, had their quarterback back, and it was 14-0 at halftime. And then the Mineola kids decided that we didn't want to keep getting hit like we've been getting hit, and then it kind of got away in the second half. Good game for the first time out. It's weird when you're officiating a game. People say, well, tell me about that kid. You don't notice as much. You know some guys, well, that guy's pretty fast going down, but it's not like you're watching a game on TV, and if it is, then you're not doing your job right.
You have other things to pay attention
Right.
to. You can't see this one kid and kind of scout him.
But, there's always funny things. Clint Young had the line of the year, the head coach for the Kiowa County Mavericks. And there was a kickoff. Mineola in the second half did score. And Kiowa, well, wait a second. It was Kiowa County kicking off, okay? So I'm on their sideline. The ball goes out of bounds. Well, our guys, it's first game of the year. You're a little bit rusty. All of a sudden, my white hat yells over, where does he want the ball at? Well, that's not Kiowa County's decision.
It's not his choice, yeah.
And Clint Young, without missing a beat, says, I want the ball where it went out of bounds at. No, Coach. We kind of got that messed up. But
As ball comes out to the 40, right? Or 45?
An 8-man, you can have it. You can take it there. Obviously, you don't want to.
Right.
You can take it at the 25. it'd be the 35 in 11 man.
Okay.
Or you can have him re-kick.
Oh, cool.
But Clint Young said, "Hey, we want the ball right there."
Where we're out.
Yeah, that's right.
If they're asking us
at the 9-yard line, but he didn't miss a beat. It was funny. So
it's week 1 for everybody.
Yes, it is. We're rusty.
What was the of the 3 schools we carry? Larned, Great Bend, and Hoisington. What was the result that surprised you the most on Friday?
Hoisington. I thought Hoisington would win. Pratt lost quite a few players from a year ago, but to go in and you won the game. I mean, tell me about this Fonensteel kid. And we refer to people, all the time. Well, what kind of difference did he make for Hoisington? That's kind of a nice free agent signee in the offseason.
It was weird because it felt as though he didn't make a ton of plays. You look at the stats for the game; they didn't really record his stats individually. But he was in on just about every gang tackle. Yeah. He did his job, held his gap. They didn't ever throw to him on the offensive side of the ball, but he was burying people as far as blocking as an inline tight end. It was never like they were trying to get him going. He had a couple of pressures as well, but he was just kind of out there doing his job. He flashed a couple of times, but I think as far as he also had a couple of carries, they used him at fullback, especially early in the game. There was a point. Arlie Morrell plays for Pratt, 6'6", 230-pound Colorado State commit as a tight end. Playing defense, Fonensteel gets a carry in the first quarter as a fullback. Morrell just jumps on his back, and these 2 massive young men, and Fonensteel's just carrying him, and he carries him for another 3 yards before he gets tripped up. And you're going, okay, Brody Fonensteel, clearly very strong, very powerful, quick off the line, but didn't get a chance to really show what he could do. Pratt never sat still in the pocket. Anytime they wanted to throw, it was get the snap and roll out. Whichever one of their quarterbacks was going to throw the ball on that particular play. Because they did throw it with both of them. Pratt has 2 guys that they're willing to throw the football with. And Fonensteel would be in his face sometimes. He nearly created 2 interceptions just by pressuring. Quarterback panics, gets rid of it, throws up a floater, and Hoisington definitely should have had one. The other one was probably an interceptable ball, but wound up incomplete anyway. So, yeah, I think Fonensteel is a kid who's going to flash a couple of times. He needs a quarterback. He needs a passing attack that he doesn't have to chase down. If you get a team that's trying to drop back and pass, then he's going to be on them all night. I really think.
Yeah, it's a Zach Baird coach football team. You get the same thing, hard nose. They're going to come after you. You know what they're going to do, so go ahead and stop it. And yeah, that was impressive, especially come out the first week, 30-8. They knock off Pratt. Great Bend rolled in that game, so they won. And Larned dropped a game that they may need later in this year because it's not going to be easy at Hillsboro this week. Some juicy games this week. In fact, the biggest game is going to be an 8-man football game as far as I'm concerned. That's Victoria and Central Plains. Victoria, Doug Oberle has done a tremendous job over there, and I think this is the year maybe that they can get that elusive state championship. I'm saying elusive because they've always been in the picture, but sitting on the other side has been Axtell, who's won like 50 games in a row, who lost 8 seniors from a year ago. I'm looking on the east side, and it's Division II. Central Plains played in the state championship game last year in Division I, and J.D. Johnson did a tremendous job with that crew, and they hook it up Friday night in Claflin, and it's one of them fun games because it's not a district game. They're not even going to see each other in the playoffs. So you've got Division I Central Plains, Division II Victoria, and there's going to be some talent on that field. This Heisher kid from Victoria he's an animal. I think he was the same. He was the same size when he was in 7th grade as he is right now. I mean,
massive.
Oh, a house wrecker. Oh, absolutely. So that's the game I'm looking forward to coming up on Friday night. Victoria at Central Plains.
See, I thought you were going to say Great Bend and Olathe South. Just because scoreboard watching, you see what those 2 teams did in week 1, and you go, okay, this might be a matchup here.
Oh, huge test. And Great Bend played great against Olathe South here last year. A lot of people think, well, Olathe South, the power, one of those eastern schools coming here, and Great Bend worked on them pretty good. Now you're going on the road. Yeah, you don't want to, trip up in this game. Couldn't really tell you. I'd have to get Hesh in here to see what Olathe South has back this year. That's a big matchup. And then, of course, the shocker, I think they got everybody. And I got to give John Betts, Kansas Pregame Magazine, a shout-out. He predicted Hayes would beat Derby. And in Kansas, Derby is like, yeah. Oh, John Betts said they're going to be down a little bit this year. Well, if you're down and you're Derby, what's that mean? 12-1 or 12-2? And Hayes, that was a statement win, and Tony Crow got it. So they take on Choctaw, Oklahoma this week, the opener for Hayes High at their new stadium. So that'll be a game to watch too. So Great Bend and Hayes bringing some big boy football to the Western Athletic Conference right now.
Very quickly, preview the Heston Swathers for me. Just help me out with scouting a little bit. Tell me some history there.
Heston and Houston have been in the playoffs. Significant games. I can't remember how many years ago. Cole probably has it right on top of his head. Yep, it was a cold night. Houston went to Heston, and Heston knocked them out of the playoffs, which was an upset at the time. They'll have a good quarterback. They always do. People always think of Heston being a basketball school, but they've been solid in football over the years, too. One of those rarities, okay, we're a football school and a basketball school. Football players go out for basketball. Basketball players go out for football.
Yep.
And, big test again for Houston, which they're going to have a test every game here in the first 5 weeks of the season. Except week 4 when they get Southwestern Heights. I'll give them a pass on that game.
Every time I've talked with someone about the schedule, they go, yeah, man, this is a really tough schedule for Hoisington. Except when they play Southwest Heights.
Yeah.
That seems to be kind of a program that's been down for a while.
Yes, the Mustangs have not run very fast against teams over the years. So,
all right. Well, this interview has gone long, and you and I have another thing that we need to get to, so I'm going to end it here. Webby, thanks for coming on.
It's always fun with Brent. You're doing a great job on the show. Appreciate
thank you. That's Steve Webster, former host of this program, joining me today on Sports Day. Big thanks to Webby. Had a lot of fun speaking to him. Yeah, it's kind of an interesting thing. We talked about all manner of stuff there. Some stuff I want to go back and talk about. Travis Kelce is 35. I believe he just turned 35 at the start of the season. Andy Reid is 67, so still an older gentleman. Who knows how long he has left, but maybe a little bit of time. I realized that I threw out the phrases 21 personnel and 12 personnel as though that was something that everybody just knows. For those interested, 21 personnel means you have 2 tight ends in the formation and 1 running back. 12 personnel means you have 2 running backs and 1 tight end, which the geniuses amongst us will recognize. 11 personnel, which is what most people run most stuff out of most of the time, in the NFL especially. 11 personnel is 1 tight end, 1 running back. So teams that run a lot of 21 and 12 personnel tend to be pretty run-dominant teams, and that's certainly what the Los Angeles Chargers are. That's what Jim Harbaugh likes to do. He likes to have 2 tight ends, 1 running back on the field. Extra blockers, get your athletes a little more space, and see what you can do with it. NFL, you certainly get a lot more 21 and 12 personnel than you do in college. College is almost, I won't say almost exclusively, but if I had to put a number on it, I'd probably say 80% of college football teams run most of their stuff out of 11 personnel. So that's your football lesson for the day. Looking at the schedule, we're going to switch now to high school football. Olathe South coming in, they beat Shawnee Mission West 63-7 on Friday, and obviously not as good competition as Great Bend will be. I think this game has the chance to be kind of a knockdown drag-out. At least that's just kind of what it feels like to me as someone who doesn't know much about Shawnee Mission West. The fact that Olathe South was able to put up that kind of point total, I don't care if you're playing against Air, putting up 63 points in a game is pretty impressive. And obviously a talented enough team to do that. They face Great Bend. That should be a lot of fun. Great Bend, I don't know. Like Webby said, they've kind of got a bit of a tough schedule. And I think that's by design. They want to have a tough schedule. But they really should be favored in all these games until they reach Hayes, and, we'll see how good Hayes is. And I think Hayes is going to be pretty good. That it's early. This game is not till October 17th, but that is shaping up to be an early game of the year contender. On the Hoisington side of things, They face off against Heston. Heston won last week. They handled their competition pretty good. Hoisington, though, looked good. They lost to Pratt last year. Pratt lost a lot of players, but still a program with a lot of experience, even if the experience is not starting varsity experience. I don't know. Pratt, I think Pratt was weaker than they were last year. I think Great Bend is significantly better, and that's what led to kind of that flipping of the script, 34-8 this year as opposed to 24-3 last year. This Heston squad, I don't know enough about them yet, but I do know that they are a program that returns a lot of experience. They won this game last year in a really close matchup. I think that'll be fun. I think this will be a really, really fun game. I don't know. All right, we've got to take our last break of the show. When we come back, I just want to look at a TV schedule. I want to look at college football. I want to look at what's coming up this Saturday. I want to preview those matchups, and we'll go through it. Before we hit that next commercial break, Sports Day is brought to you by Equity Bank, adding value for customers and communities. Equity Bank in Great Bend, Hoisington, and Larned. See the locations tab at Equity Bank for more locations. Also brought to you by Sutherland's, helping you build it better since 1917. From quality lumber, plywood, and OSB to cabinets, plumbing, hardware, and power tools, they have everything you need to get the job done. Visit Sutherland's on 10th Street. All right, we got to get to our last break of the show. We'll talk a little bit of upcoming college football weekend when we come back. You're listening to Sports Day live from the Mayo Money Management Studio here on 1590 KVGB and 95.5 FM.
C&E Doors, this is Eddie.
Papa, are you ready to get back to work?
Back to work? But I've been here the whole time.
But I'm back in school. You're gonna have to run the shop without me.
It will be hard without you, but people know that we provide the best service no matter the time of the year.
You could always ask me, Mom, for more help.
Who do you think is really running this place?
Garage door sales, service, and repair at C&E Doors in Great Bend and Hayes.
Central and Western Kansas residents, are you looking for a new vehicle? Marmy Auto Group can make it happen. Marmy Auto Group includes Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep and Ram, Chevrolet, and GMC. Marmy Auto Group, your Central and Western Kansas dealer, has new and pre-owned vehicles, or we can special order your vehicle today. If your existing vehicle needs serviced, Marmy's award-winning service department can help. Come to Marmy Auto Group on 10th or marmys.net. Marmys, make it happen.
Selling your farm or ranch acres can be stressful. At Red Cedar Land Company, they are extremely diverse in the number of ways they can represent you, and they tailor each project to meet their seller's needs. One of the biggest questions for a seller is, what is my land worth? At Red Cedar Land Company, they offer a free market analysis to help you better understand the value of your land. You deserve a better selling experience. Put your trust in Red Cedar Land Company. Call Cody Crook with Red Cedar Land Company at 620-617-7320.
Sutherland's is your complete home improvement and hardware store. Tens of thousands of products are in stock at everyday low prices. Sutherland's also offers custom buildings, including post-frame barns, garages, and deck packages too. The friendly and knowledgeable staff at Sutherland's, always ready to help you with any project. From hardware, lumber, cabinets, plywood, and OSB, fencing, power tools, furniture, and more. They simply sell for less. Sutherland's, West 10th, Great Bend, helping America build it better since 1917.
Needing a healthcare plan for your business? Let the experienced team at Freedom Claims Management Incorporated customize a health insurance plan that fits your needs. Whether you're a large company or a small business on Main Street, FCMI can help you provide employees with great health coverage at an affordable cost. From setup to ongoing support, they handle it all. Schedule your free no-obligation health assessment today at freedomclaimsinc.com. That's Freedom Claims Management Incorporated, with locations in Great Bend, Russell, and Plainville.
Welcome back to Sports Day. Today is brought to you by Curtain Floor Service. Whether you need new ceramic or porcelain or natural stone floors, their knowledgeable and friendly flooring experts are here to help you find the perfect floor for your lifestyle, home decor, and budget. Visit the Great Bend showroom at 908 Coolidge to see, touch, and feel the latest styles. Also brought to you by Cody Crook of Red Cedar Land Company. Whether you're looking to sell your land or find the right property to buy, Cody takes pride in understanding your goals and making the process as smooth as possible. Call Cody at 620-617-7320 or visit redcedarland.com. All right, going to break, I promised everybody we were going to look at the college football schedule and try and figure out what some games to watch were. And we're going to do that. But over the break, Landon, executive producer on the show, hit me with some just staggering news. Full warning, it's not sports related at all, but I just feel the need to speak about it. So, Landon, go ahead. Tell the people what you told me.
All right, so apparently McDonald's debuts its first ever buffet in Branson, Missouri.
Buffet at McDonald's! Buffet at McDonald's.
For just $12.99, diners can now help themselves to unlimited Big Macs, Quarter Pounders, chicken nuggets, fries, and hot apple pies.
For unlimited.
Unlimited.
For $12.99,
yeah.
For 13 American dollars plus tax, you can have all the McDonald's you can fit, man. How are they? I'm curious to see how they keep that fresh. Well, it's McDonald's. They don't care. But, like,
true.
I think there's there's going to be a certain standard that people want out of this. I don't know how you keep a Big Mac fresh that long, or any of McDonald's food for that matter. But I'm excited to see. And it's in Missouri. It's in Missouri. It's within like a somewhat reasonable drive. I wouldn't go there just for that, but like you can go to Branson, do other stuff, and then just hit up the McDonald's.
There's apparently also some stirred controversy. Supporters are calling it, quote-unquote, the best deal in Branson, while critics blast it as a, quote-unquote, a health disaster waiting to happen. One local parent told reporters, I don't want my kids thinking 50 nuggets in one sitting is normal.
That's just fast food. Fast food's never been good for you.
No.
McDonald's has been dealing with this exact lawsuit since like the 90s.
Well, I mean, if you recall, what was that that document?
Super Size Me.
Super Size Me, yeah.
Super Size Me, Super Size Me, I understand. I had to watch this in health class.
Me too.
Super Size Me is a lie. That dude was like a debilitating alcoholic. The dude who made Super Size Me?
I thought it was like some health guru nut.
No, he was, but also he was a raging alcoholic. I enjoy a beverage every now and then. I'm not trying to put that down. I'm not trying to make light of anybody's struggles. But the fact is, this dude marketed himself as like, I'm a vegetarian. I work out 5 times a week, and I'm a super healthy person, and yada yada yada. I'm going to abandon all that and see what fast food. First of all, fast food for every meal. No one's meant to do that. If you're eating McDonald's for every meal, what happens is on you. That's your decision. McDonald's did not do that to you. Now, I say this as someone, I don't particularly love McDonald's. I prefer other fast food restaurants, but if you like McDonald's, then you like McDonald's. But you're not supposed to eat it every meal, and this dude ate it every meal for a month. And also, he had other health issues that he just did not disclose in that documentary. Super Size Me is a lie. There are better documentaries about Super Size Me than Super Size Me is as a documentary. Anyway, McDonald's buffet in Branson, Missouri.
$12.99.
$12.99. Unlimited, what was it? Run down the list of food again for me.
Yeah. It was, for $12.99, you can have unlimited Big Macs, Quarter Pounders, chicken nuggets, fries, and hot apple pies.
So it's not even like the little stuff. It's not the finger foods. You get Big Macs and Quarter Pounders in this thing.
Yeah.
I'll say it. That's kind of cool. You know what? That's a win for McDonald's. A health issue for certain.
I think if I ever go to out that way, I'm definitely going to check it out.
Yeah, I think you have to, right? I think it becomes a tourist attraction eventually.
Oh, for sure.
All right, 3 minutes left in the show, give or take. Let's run down the weekend in college football. We got a game tomorrow that somewhat matters. If you're an ACC fan, it definitely matters. NC State at Wake Forest. I think this is a game between two ACC teams that for some reason is not counting against ACC standings. This does not count as a conference game, even though these two teams are in the same conference, and I can't remember why that is. It's something to do with realignment, excuse me. I can't remember exactly, but I'm pretty sure that game does not count as an ACC game, even though it's an ACC game. Friday, this one's interesting. Kansas State, they have a quick turnaround. They are at Arizona. That's going to be tough because Arizona is really good offensively, and Kansas State's defense has not been there. That's at 8 p.m. on Fox. The NC State-Wake Forest game, that's 6:30 on ESPN2. Again, that's Thursday. Kansas State at Arizona Friday at 8 p.m. Saturday, let's look at the full slate. All right, let's start with 11 a.m. My TV will be tuned to Clemson at Georgia Tech. I think Georgia Tech is a really frisky team. I think Clemson is the better team, but I really love what Georgia Tech is doing right now. If you've ever watched Georgia Tech, they have Haynes King. He's a quarterback. He started at Texas A&M. He won the starting job at Texas A&M, then transferred to Georgia Tech. Georgia Tech uses him as like a single wing quarterback, meaning he's going to take the ball, he's going to get the snap, and he's going to run right or run left. Now, they're a little more complex than that. He does throw the ball 15 to 25 times a game. But he is a runner. They use him as a runner. And he's not the biggest guy. He's just extremely tough. And I love watching him. And every time I watch a Georgia Tech game, it looks like this dude is playing on one leg because he's so beat up by the end of the game. But then he just plays next week. It's great. Houston Christian at Nebraska, whatever. Memphis at Troy. That one's fun. If you're into smaller school football, if you're into group of 5 football. Memphis at Troy. Troy took Clemson. They had a lead on Clemson at halftime, a multi-score lead on Clemson at halftime last week. That one will be fun. Oregon at Northwestern. I think Oregon wins this one going away, but it's one where I will be watching like the first quarter just to see if they can pull away early. Wisconsin at Alabama. Do you know how funny it would be if Wisconsin wins this game in Bryant-Denny Stadium? Those people are going to run Kalen DeBoer out on a rail. It's going to be horrendous what happens to him if they somehow lose this game. I will pick Alabama. I'll go on record. I say I think Alabama's going to win. I think they're the better team. I'm certainly hoping Wisconsin wins. It would be hilarious. Here's your headliner for the day. Georgia at Tennessee. Oh, boy. We're going to learn a lot about Tennessee in this game. I think Georgia is overall the better team. But I don't know. That's between two highly ranked teams. What else do we have? We got to go quickly here. USC at Purdue. That one's going to be fun. That's at 2:30 on CBS. Georgia at Tennessee, 2:30 on ABC. Arkansas at Ole Miss, who cares? But it's at 6 p.m. on ESPN. South Florida at Miami. South Florida beat the University of Florida last week. They traveled to Miami, see if they could get a couple of big wins in a row. 3:30 on whatever CWTV is. I don't know what that is. We got 30 seconds here. Okay, we're going through quickly. Florida at LSU. Potential banger. Going at 6:30 ABC. Texas A&M at Notre Dame. I am going to be locked all the way in. 6:30 on NBC. And that's going to do it. That's all the time we have. Big thanks to everybody who joined me on the show. Zach Baird and Steve Webster for joining me on the show. Big thanks to Landon for running the cameras. I've been Brant Daughtry. Thank you for having me. We will see you all tomorrow.